tonight, and if they start counting, they'll see that I'm right. No, she's not in heaven, for how could she be when that angel is here with me? Well, I don't know how she got here. And what's more, I don't care. Just when she's the answer to my every prayer, that angel's missing. But please let her stay, for I'd be so lonely if she went away. There are so many angels in heaven above. Please leave me this angel's love. Well, I don't know how she got here. And what's more, I don't care. Just when she's the answer to my every prayer, an angel is missing. But please let her stay, for I'd be so lonely if she went away. There are so many angels in heaven above. Please leave me this angel's love.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. We're going to be doing the Retro Ramble. I believe this is my third or my fourth episode here. I'm not 100% sure. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about. However, I really want to get some calls in a little bit later. Once I open up the phone on Skype, we will be doing some calls so you guys can call in and give your thoughts on pretty much anything that we got to say. So yeah, welcome for those who are just filing in today. And I really hope this can gain some momentum, this podcast and everything here, because to be honest, I don't know, this is what I enjoy the most out of everything. I enjoy talking to a microphone in a sort of radio format. I do believe it is the most superior form of internet communication because it really gives you an opportunity to just go on and ramble and talk about anything you want for a very long time. So the Retro Ramble, what a more apropos title than that, huh? So this is really my favorite outlet, I guess you could say, and this is why I happen to prefer podcasting to pretty much every other form of media. But we do have some topics and stuff that I would like to cover. We'll get into those at points throughout this podcast. I do want to hear what you guys have to say. If you have any user-submitted topics or things you'd like me to discuss, feel free. You guys can easily go and put those in the chat. What I'm trying to do is eventually get a plugin with Restream, which is the app I use in order to check from YouTube and Twitch, because I stream on both at the same time. You guys will be able now to go and submit your stuff in the chat, whatever you guys want me to talk about, and maybe I'll have the chat show up on screen at some point. I'm not sure, but I would just like to, before we do any of that, for those that are going to call in a little bit later, simple rules. My Skype is down on the screen. Simple rules. Don't curse. If you have a horrible mic, I'm going to have to hang up, and simply don't interrupt. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I think. And any attempted sabotage will result in a permanent ban. So yeah, we'll open up the Skype conversations in a little bit. Not yet. So for those that would like to join, just wait a little bit. Probably around 10 minutes until I guess we can go through with that. But for now, I just kind of want to start solo for a little bit. So, wait on a question here. Should we call you Retro or Matt? You can call me either. You can call me Retro, Matthew, whatever you want to call me. I don't really care. To be honest, it really doesn't matter to me. Doesn't really matter, honestly. But I guess let's get started. So, alright, we'll have a little vote here. Who would like me to talk about FouseyTube first and what he did? And who would like me to talk about Casey Neistat? I'll have a little vote in the chat. Type a 1 for the FouseyTube thing and type a 2 for Casey Neistat. I want to hear what your general thoughts are on it. So leave that there in the chat, and hopefully in around 30 seconds, we'll get some answers filing in. But yeah, for those that are just clicking in, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. We're already at 8 viewers, which is really, really damn cool, I think personally. So, you know, the fact that this has gained a little momentum, I think is pretty cool. So yeah, okay, it seems like people want me to talk about Casey Neistat first. That's what it seems like. And if you don't know who either of them are, that's alright, you will know soon. Both losers in my book. But regardless, they still need to be talked about. Rice Gum, I think Rice Gum's a moron, personally. And I don't even want to give him coverage. I mean, he's not a bad guy. His content is just so bad. I mean, so bad. I can't even sit through it. Not that these two people have some idle content about phase raids, scamming. That's a great idea. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. One's a caveman, one's an idiot. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, I guess we'll talk about the Casey Neistat thing. So, for those who don't know, this came out a while ago. I mean, I know this might sound kind of old to some people, but again, I only do this podcast like once a week, and to be honest, I can't really sit back and just not cover this. I really can't, because it's something that really kind of got under my skin. And, you know, this podcast really isn't a political thing, and this actually isn't. This is really just simply about a YouTuber. But this guy is... Okay. I did a video breaking it down a while ago on my channel. I did a video fully breaking it down, but now that I have all the time in the world, we can really, really go and break this down. So here. Alright, I'll give you guys a little bit of a summary, and yeah, I want to join in and talk about a couple topics, the good and bad, and pretty much the hate and COD. Well, we're probably not going to do that unless it's a topic that will sort of be engaging. I don't know. I don't really want to make every stream Call of Duty, so unless I go in that direction, probably not. But anyone who calls in, just kind of follow along with the topics I'm going with. But yeah, if you're having buffering, just try to reload the stream. It does that sometimes. So basically, Casey Neistat released a video a little over a week ago talking about who he's voting for president, and of course, this is Hillary, of course. Shocker, right? But my thing is, it's not that he went and stated his opinion, and a lot of people said it was courageous for him to do, which we'll get into a little bit later as to why it's completely a false idea. That was nothing courageous in any way, shape, or form, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So basically, this guy released a video talking about who he wants to win for president, which is fine. You're perfectly allowed to do that and express your opinion, and in fact, I encourage people to do that, no matter who you're voting for. You should go out and express your opinion. At least that's my point of view, because I believe in freedom, and if you want to go out and express your opinion, go ahead. But this individual decided to make a video pretty much calling out any big YouTuber who doesn't go out and endorse Hillary, which is simply unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And, you know, this is something, at least that I've heard across the internet. People, at least when it comes to arguments and debates and stuff, people seem to get annoyed with people making arguments for others, and I don't want to do that. I never want to do that. So what I'm going to let you guys do is hear his own words. His own words came out of his mouth. He talked these words in a video. So I'm not going to say anything. Before we go any further, listen to his video. It's around, like, 3 minutes. It was released around a week ago, and this is about who he is voting for president.
Hillary Clinton. I will be voting for Hillary Clinton. I avoid talking politics on this channel, on this forum, because politics are divisive. There's always two sides. Republicans and Democrats. There's left and there's right. I can have my opinion and there will always be an opposing one. That is the nature of a healthy democracy. But this is not that. This is about a megalomaniac who's driven by nothing but ego. A man who cares exactly zero about the people of this country. A person who brags about sexually assaulting women and shames others for the way they look. I'm speaking up now because this election has very little to do with politics, policy, or legislation. This has to do with morals and principles. I'm voting for Hillary because, make no mistake, there is only one person that can defeat him. One person that can keep him away from power, and it is her. I'm not a huge fan of her stale politics. I'm entirely aware of all the criticism against her. I'm aware of all of her failures and shortcomings. But she's intelligent, and she knows what she's doing. More importantly, she's mentally sound, she's responsible, and she's sane.
This is
I
painful.
want to end this by calling out all the big YouTubers. Some I know, and some you viewers might know. See, making videos like this, they're not popular, they're not going to get you subscribers, they're not going to boost your view counts. But there is something much more valuable than subscribers or dollars, and that's backbone. That is not being scared to stand up for what is right, regardless of the cost. The top 20 YouTubers reach over 1 billion views every single week, every 7 days. We have the power to activate a demographic, an electorate that isn't typically very active. That is young people. You see, this generation, if we're all banded together, we have the power to ensure that this tax-avoiding, lying, racist, misogynist stays away from power and out of the White House. But it requires all of us coming together. So if your favorite YouTuber says things like, I don't like to talk politics on my channel, or I'm not going to reveal who I'm voting for, call them out. Sitting on the sidelines this time around is not okay. This election is different. And if this guy gets elected, and you stood back with your arms folded and didn't speak out against him, it makes you complicit. It makes you partially responsible for handing him the reins of power. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for a fun, happy video. Thank you for your understanding, and thanks for the time.
Oh boy, man. Gotta pick up my brain cells that fell out listening to that. And I apologize to all 10 of you watching this for having to listen to that. But oh lord, that was painful. So we're gonna go back and debunk this entire video in its entire abysmal 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And you know, this is where totalitarianism kind of invades YouTube here, because simply put, he's not respectfully asking people to give their opinion. This is not what he's asking. That's what it's disguised as, but this is not what he's asking. He is demanding that every big YouTuber go and plug in his candidate because he has some personal sentiment towards Trump, which is his opinion. But again, it is not, at least in the eyes of the public watching that video, we perfectly have the right to go out and criticize him for it, saying he's a rat for doing so. So I'm going to go back, we'll play this again. And again, I'm not even getting political because that's not even what this podcast is. I'm just simply debunking stupidity. And I think some people find that entertaining, because I know I do.
Hillary Clinton. I will be voting for Hillary Clinton. I avoid talking politics on this channel.
That's why you're doing so. He just says he avoids talking politics, and he makes a video talking about politics. Man. And he acts as if in this video he's doing this for the general well-being, when I can assure you that's not true, considering this whole video amassed 4.7 million views. 4.7 million. That is a huge, massive views. And if we go back and we take a look at his channel here, let's see how much all his other videos get. I mean, believe me, his videos are popular.
Ever since I took
Like,
this case,
oh
weird
crap, getting
stuff's
some
happened to
advertisements
me.
here. My apologies. You know, his videos are popular, believe me. They're far from at least unsatisfactory when it comes to the views department. But if we do look at his most popular videos for the last week here, looking at all of them, and shocker, it is his "Who I'm Voting for President" video. Then after that, the week before, auto-lacing Nike mags for $10, which seems pretty clickbait to me, unless he actually did get them for $10. But in terms of a humble, modest video, at least what I'm seeing here, this is by far one of the only actual legitimate videos that got this crazy massive views. So let's continue.
On this forum, because politics are divisive. There's always two sides. Republicans and Democrats, there's left and there's right. I can have my opinion and there will always be an opposing one. That is the nature of a healthy democracy. But
You see, he says this for the first 24 seconds. So far, it's not bad. So far, the video seems pretty reasonable, pretty rational, pretty fair. Until later on, he completely contradicts what he opens up this video with. He seems to lean towards, I guess, the middle and talk about how everyone has the right to an opinion, all this great stuff. He's talking about all this in the beginning. And then he completely diverts from this in the end and sabotages his entire opinion, his entire message in the beginning.
But this is not that. This is about a megalomaniac who's driven by nothing but ego. A man who cares exactly zero about the people of this country. A person who brags about sexually assaulting women and shames others for the way they look. I'm speaking up now because this election has very little to do with politics, policy, or legislation. This has to do with morals and principles.
It most certainly does, and that's why people should be able to make their own opinion instead of listening to you.
I'm voting for Hillary because, make no mistake, there is only one person that can defeat him. One person that can keep him away from power, and it is her. I'm not a huge fan of her stale politics. I'm entirely aware of all the criticism against her.
At least he said something, I mean, sort of true.
I'm aware of all of her failures and shortcomings. But she's intelligent, and she knows what she's doing.
Okay, that was funny. That was good. All right, Casey, you won me over with that one.
More importantly, she's mentally sound, she's responsible, and she's sane. I want to end this by calling out all the big YouTubers. Some I know, and some you viewers might know.
All right, let's repeat this. Right here, we listened to 1 minute and 12 seconds of nonsense so far, but at least it was respectful nonsense until he goes into disrespectful nonsense.
I want to end this by calling out all the big YouTubers. Some I know, and some you viewers might know. See, making videos like this, they're not popular, they're not going to get you subscribers, they're not going to boost your view counts.
Hold on, let's repeat this for a minute. Making videos like this are not popular, they're not going to get you subscribers, and they're not going to increase your view count. Really? These 4.7 million views are beg to differ. And these, pretty much, how much is this? I'm pretty tired right now. I can't do math right now. This is around, all right, he's got around 600,000 views on this video. Not views, sorry. 600,000 ratings, 4.7 million views. Are you sure that's not going to make you any money? Are you sure, bud? Are you sure? Because from whatever subscribers he lost, he immediately earned that revenue back in views. So whatever subs he lost, he's earning all of this back in views. 4.7 million. That's a lot. That's a real lot. If anyone would like to look at some stats, some statistics, and some things on the internet and stuff, if you could pull up how much money 4.7 million views could bring you in, I'm actually very curious. I have a calculator on my phone. It's a YouTube view count or something, and it takes in the average ratio of mobile views and ad block views and stuff. It takes in the average ratio, and it puts together a sort of accurate, I guess, comparison. But that's definitely something that I find incredibly hypocritical. This is probably the worst 10 seconds of the video, I think, to be honest. Because he's just starting to wreak hypocrisy.
But there is something much more valuable than subscribers or dollars, and that's backbone. That is not being scared to stand up for what is right, regardless of the costs.
You see, he automatically assumes that everybody has some huge issue against Trump. And if it was vice versa, I'd say the same exact thing. He automatically assumes that people have issues with one of the two major candidates. And I'm going to refute that right now, because some people have issues with both and simply don't care who gets in. Some people view them both positively. I couldn't imagine many, but some people do. And some people might lean towards one, but might not love or hate either one. So automatically assuming that people who don't flip out and make a hate-filled YouTube video like this are simply spineless and have no backbone is quite ignorant, at least I think, from what I'm watching here.
The top 20 YouTubers reach over 1 billion views every single week, every 7 days. We have the power to activate a demographic, an electorate that isn't typically very active. That is young people. You see, this generation, if we're all banded together, we have the power to ensure that this tax-avoiding, lying, racist, misogynist stays away from power and out of the White House.
You see, this is our responsibility, according to him. People who just want to live their life and simply might not care that much, or their opinion might not be aligned with him. Those people are just, they're just spineless and have no backbone. At least, according to him, this is his argument here. And it's very, very spineless in my opinion, what he's saying here. That's nervy. That's very nervy, honestly. That's very nervy, at least to me. Because he's assuming that everybody has a strong position. Some people might not really care. Some people might live in another country. Some people don't care. And some people might like Trump. Some people might lean towards Trump and not like Hillary. Some people might lean towards Hillary and not like Trump that much. But there are a lot of people who are incredibly strong, opinionated like him. But there's also a lot of people who are not and simply don't care that much. And view either candidate winning as something positive, something negative, something slightly on the positive side, slightly on the negative side, but they really don't care. And this is what this guy doesn't understand.
But it requires all of us coming together. So if your favorite YouTuber says things like, I don't like to talk politics on my channel, or I'm not going to reveal who I'm voting for, call them out. Sitting on the sidelines this time around is not okay. This election is different.
I know, how dare them, how dare those YouTubers not wanting to potentially alienate a huge part of their fan base and wanting to stay neutral and enjoy positive things in life. I know, how dare they? You should call them out. You should call them out just like Mr. Neistat is proposing here. Man, that's disgusting. This video is hard to even listen to. And at first I didn't really have as big of a problem with it until I listened back to it and I really refreshed my view on it and my opinion of it. Because man, it is unbelievable what he does here. Simply unbelievable. It is nervy, it is rude, it is obnoxious, it is tacky, and pretty much every negative characteristic you could find applies to this video. And I'm just disgusted with it, honestly. Morally, and pretty much morally disgusted, honestly.
And if this guy gets elected, and you stood back with your arms folded and didn't speak out against him, it makes you complicit. It makes you partially responsible for handing him the reins of power.
But what if some people don't mind being partially responsible for handing him the reins of power? I know this is a dictatorship according to Mr. Neistat, but no. Some people generally don't care. And I've said this before. I've been saying this all podcast. Some people don't care. So no, it is not their responsibility. And chances are, people have made up their mind anyway. So regardless of what your favorite YouTuber says, most people, intelligent and over the age of 18, will listen to their own moral compass instead of what a YouTuber is telling them. Because quite frankly, most of these big YouTubers live quite sheltered lives, and I can't take their opinion seriously. And that can be said for people on both sides. But looking at someone like Casey Neistat, who's a relatively young guy, he looks around 40 years old. I'm not sure how old he is actually. He looks around 40. I mean, that's still a relatively young guy. Consider he made all this money off of the internet, and it doesn't seem like he's had to work very much for a few years now, at least, since his channel has decided to take off. It doesn't seem like he has to really work or get a real job, and it doesn't seem like he ever will. So I personally can't value his opinion. Not saying he doesn't have the right to one, but I'm just saying I can't value it. Same reason why I can't value a musician or an actor, because they're pretty dang rich. And I don't see them living a normal life, and I can't view their opinion. I just can't. I just can't, you know? But anyways, if anyone would like to call in now, and actually, let me finish the video first.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow for a fun, happy video. Thank you for your understanding, and thanks for the time.
Okay, that was actually, I thought there was a little more. But anyways, yeah, that definitely earned my dislike on this account as well. So yeah, for those that would like to call in, my Skype is right there on the screen. Intentionally say something inappropriate or disgusting, you are permanently banned. No forgiveness. Yeah, pretty much permanently banned. The rules are on the screen. Do not curse. If you do, I'll hang up. If you have a bad mic, unfortunately, I'll have to as well. And don't constantly interrupt. All right, we got a call from Shooting Yanks. All right, what's going on, bro? What's on your mind?
I want to talk about, like, the COD community or whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, So now we're on the Casey Neistat thing. So, we're gonna talk about that for now. What do you think on that? And again, make sure you follow. Make sure you don't curse, just because I'm trying to make sure things go well.
I honestly haven't watched that video, but I've seen a lot of when it first came out for stuff like that. Like, I disagree what he's doing. Like, he's probably being paid or something.
And
Like, I have.
there's actually some substantial evidence that he is.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Could you link it in chat for
I'm
everybody?
not sure I can find it right now. Actually, I'll look it up on my phone as you're talking. But there's a picture of him standing next to Hillary at one of her speeches. I think like 10 years ago, or I think it was when she ran against Obama in '08. I think. Yeah, there was actually a video of him at her speech and her shouting him out. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna try to look that up.
But anything else, bro?
No, I kind of want to talk about the COD community.
All right, if I happen to get to that later, you can call in and talk about that, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks for the call, bro. All right, if anybody else likes to call in, the phones are still open now, and my Skype is there on the screen. So if anyone would like to call in, you guys know what to do. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you guys can do that right there. All right, Shooting Yanks again. What's up, bro?
I would say Keemstar is the greatest YouTuber of all time.
Perfectly agree. Oh, it's weird. I get Skype calls on my phone. All right, VCA, what's on your mind? What's up, bro? Hello? VCA, what's going on? Yo, you there, bud? VCA. You there, buddy? All right. Well, once you're ready, you can call back. But yeah, man, I'm just disgusted, honestly, with this video. I really am. Because I just find it incredible that such a popular YouTuber with such a huge audience can go out and make such a nervy video like this and get a majority positive feedback. Because if you look at the like to dislike bar, it's positive, which is just unbelievable. And it's not because he said who he was voting for. It's not. Not at all. That has nothing to do with it. It's simply the way he went about it, which I found to be very, very, very irritating. And I found that kind of annoying. So, I mean, with that being said, I think we're going to kind of wrap that up unless I want to take any final calls. I'll probably get more like 30 seconds probably left on this, and then we'll move on for a little bit. But yeah, he was actually at one of her speeches, and it's unbelievably phony. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a paid advertisement, and in fact, it most likely is, considering she's popular for doing things like that, paying people on Twitter to go and troll and things like that. So it wouldn't surprise me that she paid off a popular YouTuber like that. Because most of Casey's viewers are little kids, like 8 to 9. Yeah, I'd agree with that. So that makes it even worse. And so these people are getting manipulated without even knowing it. You know, I find that to be just overwhelmingly disappointed. But this is the final chance. Anybody would like to call, you guys can right now. 30 seconds on the call. .30 seconds left, so I'm gonna leave it here for a little bit, and yeah, whenever that passes, we will move on to some interesting things with FouseyTube. Imagine if a YouTuber growing around 100,000 subs and saying what they were voting for. They'd be dead meat. At this point, I think he's just trying to stir drama. I mean, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, his video did amass quite a lot of views. It really did. It really, really did. Well, that sucks. I just dropped my mic on the floor and I tried doing an audio test and it's not working. FML. Oh, that sucks, dude. Sorry, bro. Well, if you end up getting it working, you can call back a little bit later. But yeah, we could talk about the phase rain stuff. We definitely could. After we finish what we're probably going to talk about for the main, I guess, portion of this here. But I'd like to talk about FouseyTube. And what he did to Colossal is crazy. So, okay. This guy's a loser, and that's just a short summary of it. Now, as I'm talking here, I'm going to pull up some of his most popular videos, and we'll go and we'll read a few of them out, and we'll talk about why. But yeah, he's a complete and utter loser. He's a complete YouTube hack who will do anything for views and money. Simple as that. He's nag. Yeah, he kind of looks like one. But there's simply no morals when it comes to his channel. And he's just so far along the boundaries of hypocrisy that it's just at a point of no return. He goes out and acts as if he's like this saint, this god of, YouTube or whatever. And it's just hard to sit through. It's just hard to listen to. It really is. So, I mean, just looking at his videos, I mean, it's literally hard to watch. It really is. It is literally hard to watch. And, Keemstar is too, and I'm a Keemstar fan. Though, wait, hold on. What did he say? Keemstar is an egg? What? Oh, that's messed up. I happen to like Keem, but that's not even the point of really what this is. But yeah, he basically exploits anything he can for views, regardless of what it is. I mean, the thumbnails are just, oh my god. I mean, he has these very, a lot of the time he has, sexually charged thumbnails, which is completely wrong for a channel that claims to be something holier than thou, which is definitely far from what he actually is. And he makes fake social experiments. Now, a fake prank and a fake social experiment are very, very, very different, and I'll tell you why. Because a social experiment is an attempt to depict the world. That's what it is. It is supposedly an accurate depiction of the way people are, hence the word experiment. And the idea of... I'm just trying to move my chair here a little bit so I can talk a little bit easier. The idea of faking a social experiment is a million times worse than faking the idea of a prank, because a prank, people when watching are not expecting to gain any moral ground from watching it. There's no, I guess, insight to really be shared. It's simply for fun. So regardless of whether it's fake, I hate fake pranks as well, but fake social experiments are just 10 times worse because they take advantage of people's curiosity and people's, people's good-hearted nature that go and watch it and try to think, man, is the world really this bad? And they watch these videos and they see that they're faked. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Anyone who does that is a complete scumbag because they're faking a depiction of the world. Who was the one that made the racist social experiment? That was Joey Salads, but I mean, FouseyTube does as well. So they're pretty much both in the same boat. I mean, FouseyTube is far on the left, Joey Salads is far on the right. Neither are correct because they both have done racist social experiments and things like that. But what he does is he has homeless social experiments where people go and share these videos virally because he knows they'll go viral. He knows they'll go viral. This is a video here he posted, I think, a little over a year ago. Yeah, April 19, 2015, a year and a half ago. It's What If the Homeless Gave You Money as the title. And this has 23 million views. 23 million views. Gladly earned one of my dislikes. But yeah, he gets an incredible amount of views. And it's simply unbelievable that something of this complete trash manages to spread the internet as if it's something good. And he gets YouTube's promotion. He gets all of it. He gets all of it because he's a popular channel. If any small channel broke rules like FouseyTube did, they'd be shut down immediately. But he doesn't because he's a huge channel. And I'll get into what he did to Colossal Was Crazy a little bit later on. But, he has so many just garbage videos. He has a few Mortal Kombat, elevator prank, which I don't like. But there's a lot worse videos than that. There really is tons of worse videos on his channel. And as I said, suggestive thumbnails, which coming from someone like him who always, shuns people who do that, is completely hypocritical. And it's just simple clickbait. I don't like clickbait as it is. But the fact that he makes these ridiculously misleading and deceptive social experiments is the worst part about it. By far the worst part about it. Also, considering he rigged one of the awards he was at, and apparently he went to some content creation award event or something, and he asked people to retweet on Twitter. And he put a link to the tweet, and that's the tweet where people would go to vote. He asked people to retweet it for a chance to win a giveaway. So he manipulated the system by encouraging people to retweet something in order to win a giveaway. If that doesn't tell you what type of guy this guy is, then I don't know what else will. And it's just simply so deceptive in nature. And what he did was he copyright striked and copyright claimed a video by Colossal is Crazy, who basically went and exposed him and his, garbage content and his horrible attributes for 45 minutes straight. It was a great video, flawless video, and there was no argument. There was no argument. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, there was so much overwhelming evidence in his video that FouseyTube couldn't even go and refute it. He didn't tweet about it. He didn't make a YouTube video about it because there was absolutely no way he could combat it. And Colossal only has like 250K, I think, something like that. He's a relatively small channel. And FouseyTube knew that he could take advantage of a small channel like that. And H3H3 has actually stepped in now to try to protect Colossal's video and put it back up on the website because it needs to be there. It falls under all the lines, all the guidelines and restrictions of fair use. It falls perfectly. He's using FouseyTube's content, his videos, for criticism or comment. And he does both of that in his video. Also for satire. That's another, element of fair use. And he does all three of those things. And he uses his content respectively. His entire video is not made of it. But, it still falls under fair use perfectly. Without a doubt. And FouseyTube went, he striked his video. And I'm not sure the way it works, whether he claimed it or striked it. I'm not sure the way it technically works based with YouTube and stuff. But I know he claimed the video in a way where it would still be up, but Fousey would make all the money off of it. Then he had a 30-day limit, I believe, to actually take the video down. So what he did was he waited until the 30th day to officially take it down. That is sleaze. He made all the money off of this video. Then on the last day, within the last few hours of the last day, then decided to take the video down. So he managed to manipulate and milk the video for all the money he could make off of it, then decided to take it down. Which is just disgusting. Just disgusting. And man, I can't believe YouTube does nothing about this. He's on such a high position. He's on such a pedestal because he has a big channel and both of his channels have an allotted 12 million subs or something like that, which is just huge. That's a huge channel. I mean, come on. There's very few people who have 12 million or above. So, I mean, of course, he's going to have some type of privilege over at YouTube. And I find it incredible that he's not shut down. Because I think personally he should be, based off of deception in his videos. Fake social experiments are not something you joke about, because they're an attempt to be an accurate depiction of the world. As much as I despise fake pranks, and I've said this in my video, people should not be shut down for it, because if you're dumb enough to watch a fake prank that is obviously fake, then okay, then shame on you. There's a saying, I've heard it used in a lot of cases, in the political world and in the YouTube world, and however you want to look at it. I believe it goes, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, and that's kind of the principle here. If you watch a fake prank and you don't realize it's one thing, but if you know it's a fake prank and you're still watching it, shame on you for doing it. Shame on you for doing that. And you're even more at the end of disgrace than FouseyTube is. You're even a more disgraceful person than he is. And I just don't understand it, dude. I don't understand why YouTube doesn't do anything about it. I mean, I do understand it. Because he has connections with popular people at YouTube. I think he always gets flown out to all these events and stuff. Of course, he's going to have some type of privilege there. There's no way they'd shut him down. The same way there's no way they'd shut Leafy down. And I don't believe Leafy should because of fair use. But there's people who do a lot less than him and get shut down for it. So just something to think about. It's just really unfair. Definitely something to think about. We're going to take some calls on that now. So for those that would like to call in, you guys know what to do. Right there on the screen. Congratulations, Alfiox on Twitch is now a god. Congratulations. That's very, very impressive. So for those who like to call in, you guys know what to do. I'll give it about 30 seconds. That's probably what I'm going to do for most of the things when it comes to calls and stuff. I'll give it around 30 seconds for each call. 20 hours with Retro, bro. Yeah, people who are watching this on iTunes or SoundCloud or whatever, whoever's watching this at a later date, for those who don't know, on my Twitch, I have a certain ranking system where you will level up. All right, bye, Xcube. Thank you for tuning in. For those who would like to watch the stream and stuff, they can level up based on how much time they actually spend watching. So, my boy Alfiox got to a god level, which is 20 hours worth of watch time. That's insane. That's insane. So, congratulations to you. But yeah, if anybody would like to call in, I'll leave it open for about another 20 seconds. I don't know why I added the 1. Leave it open for a little bit more for anybody who'd like to call in. If you guys can't find your mic, you could try your laptop mic. I mean, you can go for it if anybody would like to. It appears that VCA would like to call in, but can't find his mic. If you'd like to, you can just call in with your regular laptop mic if you want to give it a shot. How do I check my stuff? Type exclamation point groups, I think it is. If not, it's exclamation point ranks. I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyways, I think we will move on to the final topic here. How many hours did it get the secret level on Twitch? 30 hours. So we'll move into the final thing I really wanted to discuss because I don't really know much about this, although it was suggested that I cover this earlier. So okay, I guess we'll cover it. I mean, I don't really want to extend the podcast too long because I'm getting kind of tired if you guys can't tell. I don't want to extend it too long, but we'll cover this final thing here for, maybe 5-10 minutes. So I want to talk about FaZe Rain, and there's been some accusations that he has scammed fans for a giveaway. And I just want to say I don't really like him. And I know that this is pretty much the ultimate rant podcast, is it not? It's just me complaining about people. But I have to say, I really don't like FaZe Rain at all. I really don't. And I think that he used to be sincere back in BO2, and then once he started with the whole keep it real thing, it was almost him trying to mask his insecurities and insincerities, I think, with his channel. There's just so much I don't like about him. I think he's a complete egotist. But, he's been accused of scamming fans with fake giveaways and stuff. I just want to say, as much as I don't like him, I'm not sure about whether he would do that or not, simply because he's a very big channel, and I don't know if it was even be worth it to save that type of money. I haven't seen the drama alert on it, haven't seen Under the Calls video, I haven't seen any of that, haven't seen FaZe Rain's response. I haven't really watched much of it. I'll try to catch up with some of it later tonight. But I just want to say my intuition tells me they're not true, but I wouldn't say it for certain yet. It's probably a sort of 60-40 kind of ratio or a 70-30 ratio when it comes to FaZe Rain. At least I'm just not sure, honestly. I mean, there's a majority chance he didn't, but there's definitely a possibility he did. And he's really, as they've said in the chat, he's really falling away from really what got him to where he was. He used to be in FaZe, he used to make COD videos, which is fine, but he's gone to making fake setup and just dumb vlogs, which no one really enjoys. No one really enjoys it, and it's just very disappointing to see that coming from someone who has grown based off of his, I guess, COD videos and his, his trick shotting and all that stuff, which again, some people find that, kind of on the lame side now, but he completely just kind of sold out from what he did and had a passion with. But yo guys, I'm out. This was way too hypocritical for me. I have so many good points on my part, but I can't call in. Have a good night, everyone. All right, well, if you'd like to call in next time and like to debate, I'd be glad to. Or for when you win, when is your next gaming stream? Has been forever. I'm not sure, honestly. I think I have a little more time off of school. I think I have like Friday off, I think, so we'll do that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all on the next one.
And goodbye, baby. I was so sure of my baby till she went and put me down. goodbye.